Aloha, welcome to Pacific Pulse. Hurricane season is fast approaching and conditions affecting the season are changing. Our buddy Bob Ballard from the National Weather Service joins us with the latest. How's it, Bob?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, we know the temperature of the water in the Pacific is a big player in the amount of cyclones that are produced. What are you seeing?
Yeah, so right now we are coming out of what was kind of an anticlimactic La Nina that didn't really amount to that much. The water temperatures in a La Nina around the equator south of Hawaii are cooler than normal, and so that tends to produce somewhat wetter weather over the winter in Hawaii, although we haven't had much of a wet winter until the last week or so, where we've gotten some rain, but really well below what we would typically see.
So what are we seeing now with regard to that? Are we seeing a warmer ocean, maybe going towards El Nino and a more active hurricane season for us?
Yeah, so the way it's looking right now is we are in what we call ENSO neutral, which means the temperatures in that block south of Hawaii along the equator are close to normal. And that means it's not warmer than normal, it's not El Nino, it's not La Nina, it's not cooler than normal, pretty close to normal. And so that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to see any weather extremes or any important weather. It does tend to mean that our weather will stay fairly close to normal. There are other atmospheric and ocean impacts, of course, that drive the weather around Hawaii, and so those are going to be even more important over the next few months. But as far as as we look toward hurricane season, most of the model guidance is showing that we are going to remain either ENSO neutral into the summer and fall, getting into hurricane season. And then the guidance diverges a little bit as we start getting into late fall and into next winter as to whether or not we will go back to another La Nina or whether we will stay ENSO neutral. And a few of the models are showing a possibility for El Nino starting next winter, but those are the outliers right now.
Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. So that means with the neutral to borderline El Nino conditions, we're not expecting an overly high number of hurricanes. Is that safe to predict right now? I know it's still early to say for sure, but can't we say that?
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. The early indications are that maybe the tropical cyclone season may not be incredibly active. Now, of course, we know that that does not necessarily mean that that we would not have tropical cyclone impacts in Hawaii, because it only takes one. And if you just have one develop in the basin for the whole season, that's a below normal season for Hawaii. But if it came right at us, it would bring tremendous impact. So it's something you got to look out for, whether you're in El Nino or La Nina.
Yeah. Now, you say it only takes one. Are you concerned now that over the last several years during hurricane season, those hurricanes, true to prediction, have been stronger than they have been in years past?
Yeah, and there's some indication that we're starting to see more hurricanes coming toward Hawaii. Versus in the distant past, you'd see a lot of hurricanes that would pass well south of the islands. And, maybe we would get just a little bit of the peripheral effects or stronger trades. And more recently, those hurricane tracks seem like they're coming just on average closer and closer to the islands. And so that's a real concern to us. I mean, we saw that last year with Hone. It's just something that we're keeping an eye on, and we want folks to be aware of, because as the basin warms as a whole, it's going to be more hurricane friendly across the Central Pacific than what we've seen in the distant past.
All right, Bob, thanks a lot for all the information. Yeah. And I think the bottom line is for everybody to get prepared early, right, Bob?
Yes, please do. And it's a good time to do that before the season starts.
All right, Bob, hopefully we'll be seeing you soon, and we'll see everybody else out in the Pacific.